What's going on, guys? In today's video I wanted to bring you kind of a little update on the 14.5 URGI. So not too much has changed on this. I had a few questions from people that I kind of wanted to address in this video. Question number one was on the Bobro Engineering Scoutlight mount and if I've had any issues with it coming loose. So me personally, no, I have not had any issues with the actual mechanism coming loose in terms of the pivot function. I have noticed that the actual mount itself does have a little play in it. This is tightened down pretty tight. I don't think I can really get it any tighter, but there is a little bit of play, and I think that's just due to the design of the wedges on the inside of here being, well, wedge shape and not kind of like a 90-degree hook that hooks onto the opposing sides of the M-lock slot. So a little bit of wobble in here, a couple thousand rounds through this exact setup in terms of attachments. No issue, never had it come loose. I would say to the people that said it came off or came loose or shot off, whatever, just double check that you've tightened everything. Maybe add a little Loctite to some of the screws inside the mechanism. Give that a shot. If not, I'd definitely contact Bobro Engineering. For me personally, like I said, no issues. I did switch between the mod buttons and the Surefire dual switch. That's kind of just a personal thing. I like the Surefire switch compared to some of the other options on the market. Mod buttons work fine, super slim, low profile and everything. Still running the LA5 up here, no issues with this other than the illuminator having the kind of typical PEC 15, LA5, whatever you want to call it, L3 kind of bloom on the illuminator where it looks like a big fireball. Not a huge deal. I don't really use the illuminator on this, more so just the laser. Everything's still kicking on this. All the caps and everything are still good in case you were curious, with the Warcomp kind of blasting gases up in front of the LA5 and the Surefire. Still running the Arson Machine wire guides. They just came out with a new one that I'm going to pick up. Really like these. These are definitely light years ahead of zip ties, Ranger bands, whatever. They are kind of expensive, but definitely clean up the cables on your rifle. Really recommend these. Not sponsored. On the bottom side, still using the rail scales. Really like these for mitigating the heat that the kind of BCM and Geissele rails are known for. Really like them. Really expensive. Again, this build is not cheap, but quality products. BCM foregrip thing, whatever you want to call it. I forget what the exact name for this is. I haven't chopped it yet. Just kind of lazy, but I'll chop it eventually. Like the foregrip. Arcane concerted arc bands here for sling management every once in a while and just general purpose kind of use. Like them. They don't weigh anything, so figured I'd throw them on there. Running the CAC sights still, and you might clown me for having them this close together, but this sight radius is the same as my Glock 17, so kind of just went with it. Don't really have enough room up front here, and you can't find the rail scales, I believe, leaf for the PEC 15s are currently not in stock, or else I'd be using them. Mount for the T1, I'm still using the Overbore Systems mount. Really like it. Only problem I had was the screws they included were a little bit too long for my T1, so I just pinched off of a Scalarworks mount I had. Really like the Overbore setup and the fact that you can passive aim underneath with your iron still, kind of like the Unity mount. Personal preference on this. I know a lot of guys think these are stupid compared to Unities, but I believe these guys are in Pittsburgh or Philly, somewhere in Pennsylvania, so kind of want to support a local company. Moving back from there, I am still using the Radian short handle Raptor. Really like this charging handle. I think it's the best on the market in terms of Ambi charging handles. Not really a fan of the Geissele's. My fire control kind of setup here, I'm still using the Radian Talon safety, I believe, set to a 45-degree throw. I know it's not true safe, whatever. I like the 45, personal preference, whatever. Make fun of me in the comments. Troy paddle on the mag release because I am wrong-handed, as well as the Magpul negligent discharge lever and the HRF Concepts flared magwell. On the back here, standard BCM setup other than the stock. I switched it out to a Magpul MOE CTR or whatever they're called with the Kamikaze Sniper Yeet Stick sticker because that adds an extra 10 style points. That is the 14.5 URGI and kind of a little update video on it. It is on a BCM lower and an Aero Precision upper, Daniel Defense barrel, bull carrier group, gas block, and gas tube with the Surefire war comp on the end, and a Geissele single stage precision trigger. So if you guys have any other questions or you want any more updates on kind of the parts on this as time goes on, let me know down below. I'd be happy to make a video. And as always, thank you guys for watching.